Welcome to the Crimson Comedy Show! Welcome to the Crimson Comedy Show. I'm your host, Andy. Today we got a very special guest today. He's a comedian, podcaster, producer. Give it up for Gill Anguiano.
Oh, you did it,
I
dude.
said it right. Hell yeah. I had to practice that before.
You did like 20 times.
I thought you were saying in. You're like on. I'm like in, on.
I literally didn't know how to spell it and pronounce it until like the 8th grade. Literally. Seriously, man.
Like my middle name is, I'm not going to say it, but I'd never used it. And the same thing I didn't know was spelled a certain way. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Your middle name?
Yeah. I never used it.
Oh, what is it?
I'm not going to say it. I'm going to dox myself. I give out too much information on this fucking podcast. But anyways, the less they know, the better. Do not talk. The last guest kind of pretty much almost gave up where I live. We're done with that. So no more.
What about the city?
Oh, I don't give a fuck. It's huge.
Oh,
So
okay.
anyway, so how was your drive here?
It was good, dude. Listened to Anthony Jeselnik the
Oh,
whole way.
His new special?
I've watched it, but I just heard some of the clips like for like 45 minutes.
I started watching. I can't finish a special. I'll start it and then I have shit to do. And I just,
Really?
like you were talking about the new David Spade. I started watching it and then I don't know. Our attention spans aren't what they used to be.
Yeah, I blame TikTok. I blame Instagram for our attention spans and the way we talk. We can't do it anymore.
Well, me personally, it's like I have kids and work and shit. I never have time to myself.
hmm
And
See, you're on your phone right now.
no, sorry, my fucking thing was going off. But I never have time for myself because the kids always want to watch TV. Like if I'm watching TV in here, they want to watch TV. My little one, she wants to watch TV, and then like we'll have to watch YouTube shorts or whatever the crap she watches.
Yeah.
So I chill in my garage most of the time. But now that it's getting hot, it's too hot to fucking chill in there. So that was my safe space. But whatever, fuck it.
Have you seen Tom Segura's new sketch show?
Hell yeah, that shit was dark.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked it.
I wanted to watch it again, but like I said, I just haven't had the time. But I watched through one sitting. It was only like 6 episodes, right?
Yeah. Oh, you did like a
binge watch.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I was on my day off, and I started in the morning, and then the kids were at school. I was like, this is the time, like, so I put it on. But yeah, I hope he gets another season. I doubt it. I don't know. Like,
I think it was. I think he talked about it. No, I feel like he did. At the end, the last episode, he made like a weird comment to
like kind of like
back.
What's the word?
Like a wink.
What a cliffhanger, right? Or
Cliffhanger, spoiler, foreshadow.
Okay.
Foreshadow. He foreshadowed a second season.
The episode with his dick, where he grew his dick huge, was so. Did you watch that episode?
Yeah.
When he had I don't want to give it. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but that was fucking gross.
Watch it.
Or that one other one where he was hooking up with that chick and she had that back boil person.
That was awesome.
That grossed me out so bad. Like I couldn't look at him. Like I knew it was him, and it made me think of like Human Centipede or something. Like it was in black and white, and it was just that I had to cover my ears when he was like moaning. I was just like, oh, this is like grossing me the fuck out. Like
the funny part is when what I thought was when the back thing like fell asleep right after.
Oh yeah, as soon as it nutted, it was like
and then I woke up.
Have you seen the behind the scenes of like how they made it, where he had like this thing over his head? There's like on the internet, on Instagram.
Yeah.
He had something on his head. It was just, and he was supposed to be the boiler. What was that? Like a Siamese twin or something?
Yeah, I think it was like a Siamese twin type of deal where it like grew out of the person's back.
There was a thing like back in like the early 1900s where this Asian dude had like a face on the back of his head. It was supposed to be his twin brother, and it would make face expressions. They couldn't talk or anything, but look it up on Ripley's Believe It or Not. It's a creepy ass story. But he said that at night that face or that brother or whatever would talk to him, and only he could hear him. Like,
whoa.
and he said that it ultimately led to him committing suicide because it would like whisper and say horrible things while he was trying to sleep. But around other people, it wouldn't talk. But only he claims it only talked to him.
Would it even be considered a whisper?
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but he said that it would talk to him in his sleep, well, or like keep him from sleeping, like, and would say like sinister shit. Like, I don't know if the story's true. It was on Ripley's, but I seen
Gotta be true if it's.
I seen pictures of it. The dude, it had a face, and they said people would, you could see it make face expressions like smile and.
Google it.
I'm not doing all that right now, but that shit was disgusting. Like, not saying those people, but what Tom was doing with the fucking having sex with both of them. She's like, you have to fuck him first. Yeah. But what other skits did you like from that show?
That one, the airplane one was pretty funny.
It was funny seeing him with hair and all the different.
Yeah. The coffee, the coffee shop sketch was pretty good
He
too.
said that was his pilot episode. He filmed that years back. So he's like, if you didn't notice, I was fatter in that.
Yep.
It's because that was the pilot. It was filmed like 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, that's a good pilot.
Hell yeah.
That was a really good pilot.
Took him long enough to fucking get the show, but
he said what, like 3 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
But the only problem is that the episodes are like 20 minutes long. I'm like, so like.
I think it's good, well, for our attention span right now. I mean, you were able to watch it in like 1 hour.
His fucking Steven Seagal was so funny. Like, and then they played a clip on YMH of him of Steven Seagal now, and he actually looked like him. Like, they didn't exaggerate. Like, Tom put on a fat suit to make it funny.
Yeah.
And they had a video of him actually walking around like, and he's really fat, and like, he's like, I didn't even have to exaggerate. Like, we were spot on. But that shit was hilarious. The way that when he was doing like kung fu fighting, he was basically just sitting there. He's basically sitting in every scene, and everyone else is fighting around him because he's so fat.
I don't even know what Steven Seagal movies are. Have you watched one
Back
before?
in the 90s, like they're mostly like he's a cop or whatever. It's always some like
Secret Service or something.
Like the Arnold Schwarzenegger era where they were just like action heroes. He was like the newer Chuck Norris, I guess.
There's always like Mad TV. Mad TV always had.
Oh yeah, thick shirt. You got your Mad TV Misfits shirt.
Yeah, dude. When I seen this, Instagram knows me for sure.
I used to have a Misfits shirt where it looked like a pizza,
that's cool.
skull. But I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, this one's the Crimson Ghost and fucking.
What's his name? The Mad TV character. What's his name?
The big-eared kid. I don't know. Red-headed stepchild.
Someone in the comments. Johnny Gold in the comments. What was Mad TV's logos?
Is there even a name for this guy?
He was a character. I guess he basically the face of Mad TV. It was a magazine, Mad Magazine.
Yeah.
I don't fucking.
I used to collect them.
I remember.
Back in the day.
I remember my mom wouldn't let me look at them. Like, you didn't even go to the liquor store and they had them there. I would want to look at them. She basically treated them like they were Playboys. Like, don't look inside there. I'm like, man, I've never seen inside of a Mad TV magazine. I don't know what was in it, but she would like refuse to let me look at it, like if I was looking at Playboy or some shit.
So I watched the show before I even opened up a magazine, and I was kind of disappointed when I opened up the magazine because I thought it was gonna be like the sketch show.
You see Bobby Lee in a fucking comic strip?
Exactly. I thought it was gonna be like that, and I was like, oh, this sucks. I gotta read.
Were those Spy versus Spy in the magazine?
Yeah.
Because
they're in all of them.
Yeah, because I remember that from the show. They would always have that Spy versus Spy. I used to have a sticker on my skateboard, the Spy versus Spy.
The Spy versus Spy.
Did you skate back in the day?
Hell yeah, dude. There's
a sick ass skate park not too far from here, but ever since I fucked up my knee and my shoulder, I don't want to get back out there. But
there's the last time. So the Paramount skate park was in the news the other day.
They have a new one or it's old?
No, because somebody got shot.
No way.
Yeah.
That's what happened out here. We have two skate parks out here. Somebody got killed at one.
Whoa.
And now they basically put gates around them and you have to like pay to go in now. Like, so you had to pay like $5.
Pay?
It's like $5 for the day.
So somebody works there?
Yeah, there's outside of the park, there's a little bungalow and
there's a person in there.
Yeah, someone has a job there. It's usually a kid who skates, but like a little high school kid, but they put you could rent helmets and pads.
Oh, did you have to have?
You have to have a helmet.
Oh, you have to have a helmet.
Required, like 100%. So these ones around here are like that. Not all skate parks are like that, but so some kid got shot. What happened?
They just shot a gun. I don't think anybody got like, but they shot a gun, and I heard it too.
Oh
I heard it
shit.
because I was walking around in that area, and I heard I think like two shots run out from what I remember, and then all of a sudden all these police cars started driving by.
It's the problem at skate parks that older dudes hang out there, washed up skaters that never made it, and they get drunk and start fighting and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That's what happened with the other one. Some dude was beefing it with someone else, and he came and shot him. He was in the bowl, so he couldn't get out.
Whoa.
He
Oh,
can't
dude.
escape.
That's a perfect place to murder somebody
Well,
then.
that's where
They
he
can't
got.
run away.
It's sad, but that's what happens. Fucked up. But
Yeah.
now they lock down the skate parks around here. So
Yeah, that's terrible. Dude, you know what? I was in Long Beach not too long ago. I want to say like 3 weeks ago, and they had a whole aisle that was locked.
of the grocery store.
Yes, a whole aisle
Have you been to Walmart?
was locked, dude.
Was it
It it
what
was
grocery store was it?
it was a Ralph's.
Oh,
It was a Ralph's, and the whole aisle. So they had a gate on the front, and then they had a gate on the back,
yeah,
and then everything in the middle was in cages.
yeah. Like the Ralphs, even out here, there's the medicine aisle.
Yeah.
You like need assistance to get into the medicine aisle. Like it's
Yeah.
like a walk-in pharmacy now.
That's crazy.
Like Walmart.
Like there's stuff in there that didn't need to be locked
Listen,
up.
Gil, at Walmart they lock up air fresheners for your car that are 99 cents. I'm like, who the fuck is gonna steal $1? That's not even like.
I would.
Well, that's people like you are the reason why they lock everything up. What I
I,
hate about Walmart is that everything's locked up and nobody has a key. Like my girl wanted to get shaving cream the other day. She got shaving cream,
yeah.
right? We waited like 10 or 15 minutes. I had to go wander around and find somebody. I'm like, we've been pushing the button, no one's coming. Like,
Yeah.
it's just shaving cream. Like, it's not that serious. Like, come on.
There was stuff in there that even didn't need to be locked up, like laundry detergent.
Hey,
Laundry detergent.
you know,
Like, what are you gonna do with laundry
it's funny
detergent?
because she wanted shaving cream, and right next was the men's stuff,
Mhm.
beard oils and all this expensive shit out to open. But the little $4 shaving cream was locked up.
Well, crackheads aren't taking care of their beards, so I think
I
that's why.
guess.
They want to shave it, so I think that's why the shaving cream is locked up. But
I just saw a video today of a crackhead, like, and there was a utility truck in traffic,
yeah,
and a crackhead came and just took a bunch of cable wire off and put it on his neck like a necklace and just ran off with it. Like, inside those, like, power lines or whatever, they
Yeah.
have, like, copper wire. That's worth a lot of money.
it's copper wire for sure.
So he put that shit, he literally just grabbed it and put it over his neck and just ran off in traffic.
I wonder how heavy that was.
Probably, he's a crackhead. He's got superpowers. He didn't feel anything.
That's true.
It was a huge ring of it, but yeah.
Imagine just being on crack, dude. Imagine just having like doing something to the point where you don't give a shit about
What drug
anything.
is it that you immediately become addicted? Is it meth? You do it one time and you're just immediately addicted to it?
No, I don't think it's immediately. You have to
Or
do
is
it a
it
couple
heroin?
times.
One of them, I don't know. Say no to drugs, kids. I've only smoked weed before. I'm a square,
Yeah.
so have you ever?
Really?
Yeah, I've only smoked weed. I told you I'm a
Heroin?
square. I was a straight edge kid.
You were?
Yeah, yeah.
What?
I didn't start drinking until I was 21.
Oh, snap. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this is the second episode that I've been on.
See, if you guys don't know, Gil was on a lost episode about like 8 months ago, and
Something like that.
something happened, but we figured out the problem. But the problem's gone now, and it's good now. We're filming, so if you guys don't know, we are reenacting the same exact episode, so you guys didn't miss out on anything.
So I have a theory of why you didn't publish the episode. You want to hear it? So the episode was supposed to be a Halloween episode, and I forgot.
That is, you were here
Wait,
when
hold on. Wait, I forgot that it was going to be a Halloween episode, and Andy dressed up. So my theory is that you didn't post it because you felt like an idiot because you dressed up and I didn't.
I didn't dress up the episode. Remember, I didn't put the costume
You
on.
took it off.
But you were here when the episode was lost.
There was candy.
Yes, we had hot
I felt
Cheetos,
bad.
candy. It was a whole Halloween episode.
Yeah, I
but
felt bad.
next Halloween, you can come
My bad,
back
dude.
if you want.
Okay.
That can be your third appearance.
Oh yeah, let's do it. This time I won't forget.
No,
I'll
but
tell Amber.
something happened and it wasn't saved properly, so it was deleted. So we're here reenacting everything all over again.
Yeah.
So what was your Halloween costume this year?
This year I had several. I usually have several. I have the homies, like homies dress up party. I have Amber's families like dress up party.
Calm down.
And then what else do I have? I have just whatever. one.
I had a Hot Cheetos costume. I've been using that shit in all the promo videos I make for shows. Like, I'm getting my money's worth.
Yeah.
I
So
kind
last was it this year or last year? Yeah, last year. This year hasn't happened yet. Last year I was Mankind. I also had a um I think it was just Mankind, honestly. What were me and Amber?
You were supposed to be Mankind on the episode, and you didn't show up
Yeah,
with your costume.
I was Mankind, and then I was something with Amber. I think I was
I don't. Why are you looking at me? I don't remember.
I'm trying to
I wasn't at
remember.
your family party.
We both Andy was there. We both random. We usually do like a couples thing once a year.
Gonna be the plug, and she's the outlet.
Yeah. I think one year we were Janis Joplin and Jim Morrison. One year we were Nacho Libre and
Oh yeah, that's what you were last year, wasn't it?
was it last year? No, it was a year before that.
Do you ever watch the show Wilfred?
No.
It's a talking dog, or it's a weird movie show, but
Uh,
I wanted to be Wilfred for Halloween, and Wilfred, he's supposed to be a dog, right? But it's a guy in a dog suit, right?
oh, okay. I remember seeing the like on Fox or something, right?
Yeah. Elijah Wood's character sees him as like a person in a dog suit, but everybody else sees him as a dog, and he's like having mental problems. Like the show's weird, but in the show, that character, he's supposed to be a dog. He has a bear that he likes to fuck all the time.
Jesus.
He'd just be in the background fucking a giant bear. And for Halloween, I wanted to be Wilfred, and I wanted my girl to be the bear, but she wouldn't do it.
Oh,
And I saw somebody do it, like, because the bear's missing an eye. And a couple did it. The guy was Wilfred, and the girl was a bear, and she had an eye patch on. I was like, that could have been us, god damn it. Like, my girl's not down.
She's not down like that?
I don't know.
Have you guys done like a couple thing?
Well, one year, a couple years ago, my daughter was Alice from Alice in Wonderland, and then me and my wife were Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Oh, okay.
That was like the first year we moved in here, but we really don't do like whole dress. We just worry about the kids, you know.
Oh, okay.
Like the Hot Cheetos costume, I got that, and everybody loved that. When I was walking around the neighborhood, some black lady was like, "Is you Hot Cheetos?" And I was like, "Yes."
Well, your girlfriend could dress like a Latina
I
for
guess.
that one, like a Mexican girl.
I told her she could be a nacho cheese. Have you ever had nacho cheese and Hot Cheetos?
Those are amazing.
What about nacho cheese and popcorn?
No.
Why are you looking at me like that? It's just as good. What do you
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a thing. Like you can buy nacho cheese at the movie theaters and dip it.
No, you know what's good? Popcorn and chocolate and Ruffles.
What? Dude, that's weird. Do you make that yourself, or people just
Yeah, I make them. I made it like 20 years ago though, but I still think about it till this.
I like to eat popcorn with like Reese's Pieces inside it. The only problem is sometimes you get a kernel by accident. You think it's a Reese's Pieces and you fuck up your teeth. My daughter was eating popcorn the other day and she's like, "Look at this." She took a popcorn kernel and was trying to bite it. I'm like, "Don't." I was like, "Stop. You're going to break your little perfect teeth." Like she has really nice teeth. I was like, it's not going to break. Like you're going to break your teeth.
Yeah.
So now when I give her popcorn, I have to sift out the fucking kernels. I don't trust that shit.
How old is she?
6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you definitely want to stop that now.
Yeah, not my oldest. My oldest, I'm like, "You idiot, what are you doing?"
Did you ever eat dirt when you were a kid?
Maybe, I don't remember. One time my cousin ate sand at the beach, and I remember he shit, and there was shit in his diaper. Like he shit out sand.
Oh man!
You imagine that coming out of your ass? But he was a baby, so.
That's terrible. Recently, we're having like a family get together, and I really don't remember my childhood. I really don't. Some people can remember.
So you say you didn't do hard drugs?
Some people can remember like from being 3, 4 years old, maybe 5, but I can't remember anything until like 14.
What the fuck?
Anything.
I thought you were gonna say 5 or 6.
Significant stuff. Like, but most people can. I mean, can you recall stuff?
I can remember all the way back to preschool.
Yeah, I can't.
I remember my preschool teacher was hot, and her name was Blanca. She was a Mexican lady.
Blanca? You called her Miss Blanca?
That was her name. She was Mexican. You never heard of a girl named Blanca?
I have, but you called your teacher by her first name?
They were preschool. They were like babysitters. They're not teachers.
Miss Blanca?
What? She was like an 8 or something. But okay. She was fine back then. She's probably not anymore. But
she's probably finer now, dude.
I saw this thing on TikTok where it's like showing you as a toddler. Like you're just like you're just like a walking meat. You don't even know what's going on. All of a sudden you turn 5 and you're coherent. That's you at 14. You just like one day you were like, whoa.
It's like, oh shit, I got hair under my armpits.
One day you had a conscience.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get hair on my armpits until I was 16.
Did you have an accident or something that it fucked up your head?
No, I think I just had like a lot of like trauma.
This has now become a therapy session.
Yeah.
What you did was
every podcast is a.
What you did was you blacked out the years 0 through 14.
Yeah. No, dude, but so when people bring out like when my family brings out like family photos of me, I'm just like,
who's that kid?
Who's this? Like, this is awesome. I did that. We did this. But so my cousin gave me a like a stack of photos, and I split them in half to go through one stack, and Amber was gonna go through the other. I gave her the stack, and on top of that stack was like a picture of me spread eagle.
Like naked?
Naked, like I was newborn.
Oh, there's child porn? What is that?
Spread eagle, dude. And there was a lot of them. There was a lot of photos like that. I was like, geez, who's taking pictures of me? Who had Jared from Subway was taking pictures of me? So, and my cousin seen it, and he started passing it around.
He's like, yo, nothing has changed. You look the same.
That's what my aunt said. They're like, oh, they asked Amber. They're like, oh, does it
look the same?
And it's still the same, right? No, but it's
just darker.
Yeah, which was weird. But yeah, so everybody at the funeral seen my.
You had a funeral passing around photos?
Yeah.
I thought it was just hanging around the house in the living room.
It was a funeral.
So they had child porn at somebody's funeral?
That's crazy, dude. This is a true story, man.
Maybe we got to bleep this out. Now we're good. We're keeping it in because we don't cut anything out in here. But just don't say the N-word. I don't have to bleep that out.
Oh, no, I don't say that. I only say it to Ricky.
Unless you're 7. 7 can say that. He's the only one who has consent to say it on here so far.
Oh, dude, he's so funny.
And I should have him on again. He was like I think episode 2 or no, I don't fucking know. Maybe it was episode 7. I don't know.
He's hilarious. The last time I seen him at Doll Hut, he had me rolling. Yeah,
he killed it on Kill Tony. We'll have you back on here, 7. But let's get back to your story. So your family funeral turned into basically everyone looking at your little wiener.
Yeah. And there was like 6 photos, dude. 6 Polaroid. No, they weren't Polaroid, but they were like the.
Who brought the bag or the bag of photos or whatever?
It was one of my cousins. Like for a long time, she was telling me, she was like, I have photos for you.
So what'd you do with the photos? You toss them out after that? Fucking shred them?
No, I kept them. It's funny after because I was looking at the pictures and I was kind of getting emotional, but not too emotional. And I ran outside because I was like, okay, well, I don't want these photos to like the naked ones.
Exactly.
I don't want anybody else to look at them because I'm done. So I went outside to hide the naked photos, and my aunt went over to Amber and she was like, "Hey, go after him because he's crying."
This sounds like a movie. Like, go get him, girl.
Yeah, go get him. And then I'm just hiding pictures of me being naked.
Hey, you should turn this into a skit, like refilm everything all over again.
I should.
Have Amber fucking chasing you. You're like, no, just leave me here. Crying in the bushes outside, looking at your junk like, oh, fuck. You let me down. Why didn't you grow?
Sad piano. I know.
Listen, I'm a grower, not a shower. So if you are too, more power to you.
Yeah. But that was wild. It being at a few, I'm like, come on, dude, really?
Was it recently?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, goddamn. So the story's still fresh.
Fresh.
So right now, they're still thinking about it. They're probably somewhere right now thinking, remember his little dick? Every time they see like an olive or something small.
Seriously, it's like, come on. Everything reminds me of him.
The small French fry.
Yeah.
I don't use the eggplant emoji. I use the olive emoji.
I use the button emoji.
Oh, because the olive looks like an uncircumcised small penis.
Did you see that thing I posted on my story about Maury bringing out olives? Like this lady, she was I guess she has like something to do with olives. Like she's really
those people that the people that it's a weird disorder where they're afraid of stuff. Yeah.
Right. So he was like, "There's not olives here. There's not olives here."
And they just pour olives all in them.
Bring out the olives.
they have to conquer their fears.
Yeah, yeah.
I seen one where there was like a lady afraid of cotton, so like she couldn't take aspirin because there, they put the cotton inside. I'm like,
oh, that's terrible.
People are weird. You ever watch those fat shows where it shows people like how much they eat? Like there was this lady, she would only eat certain foods.
Yeah.
She would only eat potatoes. She would just cook it different ways, French fries, skillets, whatever. And then they showed her like how much potatoes she consumes in a year. And they had a dump truck, and they had a dump truck full of potatoes, and they dumped it out, and then she ran away like you did in the funeral. Like, no, get away. She ran away because like literally that's all she eats all fucking day. Because there's weird conditions where people can only eat certain things, or like you said, they're afraid of certain things.
I like the one where people like gag at the sight of vegetables.
My mom used to gag. Oh yeah, I seen that one where they try to get her to eat a vegetable and she's throwing up. My mom would gag if you like went like this, like if you did the little sound, she would just immediately throw up. Like
that's terrible. What are you afraid of? That's weird.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Come back to me. What do you have any fears or something?
Besides people seeing my pee-pee. Yeah. I'm afraid of.
That's what I'm afraid of. Like my hospital story. When we talked about this,
right?
I was like, how you get small hospital penis. Like it doesn't always look like this. All right.
Yeah. You should have a sign next time you get neck surgery.
I want to get a shirt that says I'm a grower, not a shower.
Yeah.
Hopefully the next surgery I will have that shirt ready. I don't have any plans for any surgery.
Let me drop you on your head so you can redeem yourself.
I told a story on his podcast, shout out to Mind Buzz, where I went to the hospital and had to get surgery, and I didn't want to take my boxers off because I was having surgery on my neck, and they gave me anesthesia, and I was going out, and then I felt the lady take my boxers off, and they started laughing because they saw my small penis.
Dude, that clip it got pretty good traction, dude.
I had like 30,000 fucking...
35.
So you're worried about a few people at your funeral seeing... 35,000 people heard about my small hospital penis. It's a thing. There's even memes. It's like when the hot nurse sees your small hospital penis.
There were comments on there like actual nurses, because I hashtag like nurse stories or whatever. And they're like, this guy's an idiot. We do that for his own good or something.
It's because you can pee your pants like during surgery. So I'd rather piss my pants than you see my small hospital dick.
Put a diaper on me.
No, but it was the first time I went under. I never had surgery, so I really didn't know you were supposed to get completely ass naked. If I'm getting surgery on my foot, I didn't think I'd have to take everything off.
So them saying take off your boxers too wasn't it didn't occur to you that you had to take off all your clothes?
The dude kind of was sus. So when he told me that, I thought he was trying to pull a fast one. I was like, nah, you ain't getting one on me. Not today, did he?
Not today. So I'm afraid of the dark. I'm going to say that right now.
When I was little, I was afraid.
Yeah.
My daughter's afraid of the dark. She keeps coming in our room in the middle of the night, pissing me off because she takes up the whole bed, takes all the blankets.
Like ghost stuff. Like I get creeped out.
Did you see that video I posted yesterday of my dogs?
Oh yeah, that they were barking at something?
No, the little one. She never barks at anything, and she was like kept barking up the stairs. Nobody upstairs. I'm like, what is she barking at?
Yeah.
And then she even goes up against the wall, like if something was taunting her. Like it's what it looked like. I don't know. And then someone else, shout out Joe. He told me, Joel. He told me. A previous episode I talked about this where my girl woke me up like at 2 a.m. because the dogs were barking. I went down there. There was nothing down there. I'm like. Now I'm starting to think like there's fucking ghosts in my house. Maybe
there probably is, dude. Let's play a Ouija board on the podcast.
Do you believe in that?
I kind of do, and then I kind of don't.
I've never played it. So
no.
My friend's sister supposedly got possessed and they had to burn it and all this crap. She also was a tweaker, so she was probably like, "Oh no, I'm not high. I'm just possessed."
It's always the tweakers that have all the ghost stories.
He was definitely a tweaker, but I remember them saying he was like, "Yeah, she was possessed, and we had to burn the." I'm like, "You guys are full of shit. She was a fucking tweaker."
See, I'm a science guy. I like science, but I also grew up in a very religious family.
Is it Catholic?
Christian. And my grandpa, he was a pastor. My uncle, he's a pastor. A few of my aunts, they have churches, and one of my aunts that was like her specialty of like getting demons out of people, and I've seen like that type of stuff.
Like exorcism?
But growing up, like when you're I think I was like 12 or something, and I seen like a few in like 1 year. I was like, I don't know, dude. I don't know about this. Like, dropping down and doing all that, and it's like water that they got at Kirkland, that they got at Costco and prayed over it. It's like, I
Well,
don't know.
as
I don't
long as
believe
it's
it.
blessed, I guess by a priest, it's supposed to be holy.
Yeah, but I don't know. But I've seen some stuff. Maybe
You've had ghost
I've
experiences?
had ghost experiences. I don't
Explain.
I don't know if it's maybe because your mind plays tricks on you. You know what I mean?
I see shit in the corner right here, my bedroom door right
Yeah.
there. When I'm watching TV, I always think, because my daughter comes in and out here all the time, I always think it's her, but I always see something in the corner of my eye, like really quick right here.
Yeah.
But this house is, we're like the second owners. Nobody's died here, so like I don't know, but
Well, they can probably what I've heard
they
is
follow you.
they get it like at a certain place. So if you go to a certain place that has like a lot of energy and souls and stuff, you could get attached to one, or they get attached to you.
When I was at 7-Eleven getting beer, they followed me home.
Yeah, probably, dude.
No, but like I
Or from
said,
my house when you did the mind buzz, that place was riddled with stuff
I'm not gonna lie.
for sure.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was at your house, I felt a little eerie the whole time I was there.
There, dude, you're not the only
It
one.
took me like an hour into the podcast to get comfortable. Like,
You're not the only one. There's Amber. We had one of Amber's friends on, and he went to go take a dump in our restroom, and he literally said he walked out and he was like, oh, what's up, guys? He was like, I heard a knock, and we're like, what the fuck? There's no knock. We were sitting right here talking. So from then on, he talks about that, like somebody knocking on the door, and we were sitting right there.
the ghost was like, God damn,
So,
motherfucker.
so you're here to do a podcast.
He knocked you like, light a match in there, motherfucker. But I've had experiences before where the house that I stayed in, my dad remarried. It was haunted for sure. Like
Yeah.
cabinets would open on its own. You'd hear it all day, day or night. Like somebody was walking on the roof down the hallways, back and forth, like footsteps.
Oh,
All
was there an
fucking.
addict?
No, it was just a house. But the dude that had lived there before canceled himself, so it was
Oh,
definitely haunted for sure. And
yeah, probably.
I would spend a lot of time alone because my dad worked and whatever. Like after school, we'd be
Yeah.
home alone. And at night, that's when it was the worst. Like cabinets opening on their own, doors slamming on their own. Like it was, like I said, people are weird. Don't be superstitious. But if until you experience it, you can't say
Yeah.
shit, you know. So
So Amber, we talk about it, so I'm gonna say it. One of Amber's aunts is she's like a medium, but not like she doesn't do social media or anything like that. She's been that way for years since she was a little girl. Um, I think I've only met her twice, maybe once or twice, and I don't know if you know this, but my my immediate family all gone. It's just me out of all my family. And we were there, and she kept on looking at me and Amber like the whole time, and well, just like with the weird face, and I kind of felt it too, and I didn't know. Like she told me once, like, oh, my aunt, she's kind of like, but we don't
she's
believe
got
her.
the fucking chicken skulls in her purse and
Right.
stuff.
We really don't believe her. So I was like, okay. And then Amber goes to her aunt and she says, like, like, what do you see? Is there something? And she like nods her head. She didn't say yes. She just like kind of nods, like scarily. And and she goes, go ahead, like tell him. I was like, and she asked me for permission. She was like, can I tell you? I was like, ah, fuck. All
She's like,
right.
there's 20 ghosts behind you right now.
Go ahead. And she's like, okay, they're and then she starts naming all these different things that have to do with my mother, my dad, my sister, like all like very detailed stuff, like all the way down to the packs of cigarettes my dad smoked, the stuff that my mom used to bake, like the nicknames that my sister used to call me. And I was freaked out, dude. Like after that party, I was just like, uh, I think after that happened, we stayed like no more than 20 minutes, and I was like, I gotta get fucking out of here. I gotta get out of here. And she told me something. She was like, don't.
She said, "Stay away from the light, Caroline."
Yeah, she was like, don't, like, there's gonna be something significant on the ground. Don't pick it up. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what? I was like, okay, crazy lady, I'm gonna get out of here, dude.
Ooh, $100 bill. I
Yeah,
can't pick it up. The bitch said don't.
yeah, dude. But from that was weird. That was like, I think that's the most recent
When was
thing that
this?
I want to say like about a year ago. You did about a year and a half ago.
Do you think they say that like maybe we're not ghosts, we just live in different dimensions, or we're all living in the same
Yeah.
like different dimensions and shit? Because deja vu is real for sure. I get that all the time.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
where
me, so do I.
like when I'm at work, I'll get deja vu all the time, even though I'm at work all the time. Of like
Yeah.
a certain scenario will happen, I'm like, I feel like this happened already. That's why they're saying that like maybe ghosts aren't real. It's just your spirit in the next dimension, and you crossing paths or whatever.
Yeah. You know what happens to me? I dream of certain scenarios and I get deja vu when that happens.
You ever have dreams? Sometimes I have dreams where it's like I googled it and it's real. It's kind of like when you're drifting off to sleep. Your body's not really fully asleep, but you drift off into like it feels like you're going into space somewhere, like in the galaxies, and weird shit, like almost like the way you would describe like hallucinogens or something like that.
That's exactly what it is.
But but I'm talking about people do this. I've done this a few times where people experience hallucinant dreams where it's like you're tripping balls in a dream, but you're not high on anything. Like
Oh, that's cool.
I've had dreams where like I was like in space, like floating around, like
that's
flying
awesome.
around, like, and then I wake back up real quick. It doesn't last long. Like,
Are you lucid in your dream? Do you know you're dreaming
Mhm.
and you become conscious?
sometimes I hate when you wake up from a dream from a fall or something and just like
Yeah.
wake up with drool all over your face.
Yeah.
The worst dreams is when something cool is happening, like you're having sex or something, or you get a PS5 or something, and then you wake up and it's not real, and you're like, "Fuck."
You know what nocturnal emissions are?
No,
They're basically like
a wishful dream.
no, well, nocturnal emission, like when you
You talk about wet dreams.
when you ejaculate. Well, yeah, but
Yeah, wet dream.
that's
What?
the scientific name
I have
for it.
never heard. I'm 36 years old. I've never heard knock what?
Nocturnal emissions.
I'm gonna start telling my wife. Sorry, I nocturnally emitted last night. Wash the sheets.
Yeah, but I'm what, 34 years old? I haven't had one in like a year.
I maybe when I was like younger, when they were full. Remember, I got a vasectomy, so I'm diluted now. So.
Oh shit.
So now that you tell me this, I just realized I don't think I've had one since.
No? But you've had one like not being a teenager, right? You've
Yeah.
had one. Okay. So it's normal. I looked it up and it was like because of your testosterone or something, like your levels are too high or something like that. Like you're so manly
Oh, that it just explodes in
that
your
you
sleep?
just every time you go to sleep you just explode
Your
because
body's
of all
like-
the manly stuff. Man, too much man
I
for
would
you.
think
your
that
body
maybe
to
you need
handle.
to empty the sack a few more times before bed, and you're overloaded.
Yeah. Or you're just, I think your body's just used to you like letting out like every 20 minutes. So,
Your body thinks you're watching the 22 page of Pornhub or something.
yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, like I really don't even watch. Well, just use the word corn that much. Like I don't know, just now that I'm older now, it's gotten boring to me. I guess like because I know I'll never have that.
I don't watch it for sure.
My girl will get mad anyways. But
Yeah.
the girls don't like when you watch that shit unless you got your girl's down for it and watches it with you. But
Yeah, that's true.
that's
No, that doesn't
that's
happen.
only like once in a blue moon.
Oh, what was it? So Friday I got home and then I was laying down. I was just like super exhausted, and I was tired. This is how cool Amber is. I was tired and
You left the OnlyFans page open.
right. No, I was super tired. I was kind of like a little bit of stressed out because I had so much stuff to do. And she was like, just relax, lay down. So I went to go lay down. I put my phone away and she was like, just relax and just, release some stress.
She was giving you
And
permission.
she was like, release some stress. And I was like, what? No, I'm not gonna do that. No.
He was gonna sit in the cuckold chair and watch.
She was just like, she didn't even smoke, but she's just like,
Like, what movie is that where the dude's sitting in the dark with the cigarette? What movie is that?
no, not Cruel Intentions. It's an Arnold Schwarzenegger
Yeah, where he's
movie.
sitting in the dark. He's like,
It's a good movie.
True Lies.
True Lies with Jamie Lee Curtis.
He's sitting there watching the tape recorder. He's dropping it.
How psycho is that? That's his wife too.
I'm not gonna lie, she was so hot. I was like 5 years old when I saw that. I think I got my first boner during that scene when she was doing her striptease. She was so fucking hot.
And you wouldn't even think Jamie Lee Curtis.
And she was in a thong too, and I was like, whoa, like I'd never seen one of those before.
Jamie Lee Curtis. You know what? I liked her in My Girl.
Oh yeah.
When she plays like that transient.
You know they filmed that in Claremont, right?
Did they really?
My Girl 2, I think. There's
My Girl 2, I believe, because they're in like a small town,
it's
right?
It's a college town, yeah. If you look at some of the scenes where they go on walks, it's like up Indian Hill. Like if you were you know the Mike and Claremont is. If you were to go up the village, up past it, there's like everything's like a bunch of trees, houses. Like it kind of looks like Michael Myers could be filmed there too. But yeah, they filmed some there.
Well, I think some parts of Whittier, they filmed Halloween.
Yeah, Claremont has a lot of film locations. They filmed some in Pearl Harbor there.
Really?
The movie The Faculty, remember that like alien movie?
Dude, that one's awesome.
Yeah, just wherever city you're from, like if you live there, you know all the crap that came through there. It's like the most exciting thing. Like in Pomona, remember that weird fucking show we did outside in the rain?
I hated that show.
They filmed Cat in the Hat. They filmed Cat in the Hat on that street.
I hate it. I have nocturnal emissions because of that show.
I came to that show to watch you, and I ended up just doing some time, but it was literally raining out. I tell people I've done shitty shows where they literally kicked us out, and then it started raining. Like we were underneath the patio, like 6 people. But
terrible.
It was embarrassing. But
you had a good set.
It was embarrassing, but fuck it, we had nothing to lose, you know.
You had a good set. That's all that matters.
Thank you. And it was literally legit raining on the PA system. We had to like move it, but
you also crushed at Brea. At the Brea Improv.
Well, let's hope so. I don't know when the show's gonna be. Maybe I'll talk to Simon when we see him on Tuesday.
Yeah, but you totally crushed.
Sorry to break it to you, but this isn't gonna air until after that show.
Is it?
I already have a show scheduled to release Wednesday. I tried to get you to come earlier, but you couldn't come. But
so you have one before?
Yeah, it's already scheduled.
So how much? When is this?
I was gonna do next Wednesday, unless you want it sooner.
No, that's fine.
Do you have anything else to promote? I'm trying to be professional. Have it release every Wednesday.
No, I don't care.
I would just record and the next day edit and upload it. But now I'm trying to like keep it like a, you know.
Oh, yeah, of course you have to.
I don't know. You're the professional. I'm still new here.
No, I don't know what I'm doing.
You know, I realized we haven't talked about comedy once. We're like 40 minutes in. We were talking about therapy shit and aliens and
no one wants to hear about comedy anyways.
No, I want to talk about your comedy, like, because I know you said you started podcasting first and then you got into comedy. You did it backwards. I did a comedy then podcasting, so
which I thought was a weird move, but I just
for me it helped me because I knew a lot of comics. So when I started the comedy podcast, it was easy because I already knew people. But like for you, how did you go about getting guests on your show before? I know you do everything, not just comedy, but before you started getting comics on, what was your podcast like? What was when you first started your podcast?
So when I first started the Mind Buzz, I just did like Zoom stuff and like you know, internet type of things. I interviewed people from like podcasts and different like I had a flat earther on the show. Like he was like the 26th podcast.
Did he convince you?
No, I had no clue what he was talking about. I just was nodding my head. Yes.
The moon was aligned with Jupiter.
Yeah. He went on for like a whole hour. He asked me like how much a Bitcoin was, and I was like, I don't fucking know what a Bitcoin. He's like, I'll bet you a Bitcoin this. And I was like, dude, I don't.
Was he old?
Yeah, he's pretty old.
And he was saying, I bet you a Bitcoin?
Flat Earth Dave. Look him up, dude.
I'm good.
If you want him on the show, let me know. I have the hookup.
Keep your Bitcoins. I'm good.
It was weird because he was like, oh, the moon is like 260,000. Like he kept on bringing numbers, and I'm like,
it's funny how they always.
I don't understand. I don't understand like
they
physics.
Always talk
I'm not
about,
a scientist.
They always talk about Alaska, like, oh, it's the wall. It's because the frozen ice caps. Like maybe it's just not safe to travel in those. Like we remember the Titanic sank.
Well, Antarctica.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I ain't no scientist, but Antarctica. But that's what their claim is, that the reason why they don't let you go there because that's the end of the world or the end of the earth falls off. But in my head, I'm like, maybe it's just because it's not safe in those waters, you know? Like they don't want to come rescue your dumbass when you sink under the Titanic in a submersible or something.
I'm not convinced. I don't know. I don't know anything.
There was a flat earther who died trying to do something. I think he went up and he made his own little device to like a rocket or something. He tried to go up to like prove it, and then he ended up dying during the flight or something.
Oh man, that's tough. That's terrible.
But it's really simple science. Like if like the way they do the simple like the sun and the shadows, like at this time this shadow will be here like because the sun rotates or whatever, and people are like like they'll fucking argue anything, but
I recently watched like a flat Earth documentary. I was gonna wear my Flat Earth Society T-shirt.
You want me to
today,
get you
too.
some foil to put on your head?
Yeah. So there was this like they talk about it about flat Earth on why it's so big. It's a huge there's a huge community. There's a large percent of the population in the world really believe that the Earth is flat, and it's less than like 100 I think 1,200 years old.
What do they have to say about other planets? Like, are there just flat planets too?
No, they're saying the planets don't exist.
That's
That
it's fake, it's a
there's
trajectory.
no outer space. There's
So anyone with a telescope can point the sky and look.
yeah,
So
dinosaurs aren't real. The Earth isn't billions of years old.
well, I'm not gonna say I'm a flat earther, but no one really knows the time. Like it's all guess,
Right. That's all science is guess.
Yeah.
But there's data to prove what
Yeah.
the popular saying is.
Carbon dating.
Carbon dating. Even now, recently, like dinosaurs had feathers. Like they'd had feathers.
That's what they
they're
say.
not reptiles anymore.
Chickens are the closest relative to dinosaurs.
Yeah, science changes all the time.
I saw a video where they took a little chick, and they put like a dinosaur tail on the chicken, and then the chicken changed its posture and it started walking like a dinosaur. Like, I was like, whoa.
Jurassic Park, dude.
But all they did was put a little fake prosthetic tail on like a dinosaur tail on a little baby chicken. And eventually they changed the posture and was walking like a T-Rex.
Probably to balance.
Yeah, because that's what it's saying. Because they had the big ass tails, but that same little stupid walk.
Yeah.
They even had little prosthetic hands too.
Did it really?
Yeah, I'll send you the video later. I don't remember where I found it. I saw it on TikTok or some shit. But
yeah, but they think, and it's not even that. And I asked the guy, I was like, why flat Earth? Like, because he used to have like this radio show from like years ago, and he was like, we used to talk about all the conspiracies, and he says, and like all flat earthers say, I never wanted to believe in flat Earth, but when I started looking into it, and blah blah blah, it started making sense. Like everything, what they say is all conspiracies lead to flat Earth.
The one conspiracy I do kind of sort of believe is the whole different dimensions that we were talking about a minute ago.
Yeah.
Like, you think that could be real? Like there isn't ghosts or just different dimensions?
I think so, because on certain there's only certain like physical plane, like our senses. I feel that like earlier humans or maybe people in the future are gonna be able to connect.
Like the movie Interstellar.
Yeah, right, but I'm saying like physically and mentally, we only have 5 senses, right?
Mhm.
I think we have more, but we're not able to.
That's why they say we only use a certain percentage of our brains. Like we don't
Right.
unlock all the potential.
Right, but what I'm saying is there probably is like different planes and different I guess dimensions that we're unable to see and we will never understand.
Yeah, like the movie Interstellar. That shit freaked me the fuck out when he was like in different dimensions and shit. Like that's how they use it to do time, like to like travel back in time and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like that was dark. That to me that made me think like maybe that is what we are going through,
Yeah.
Like anyways, like
Even dying. I feel that because we were talking about dreams, right?
mm,
When you're dreaming, everything feels
you're temporarily
real.
dead.
Everything seems real, and when you die in your dream, you wake up here.
Yeah, you respawn.
It could be like when you go to sleep, you enter a different dimension, and then when you're awake, you're in a different dimension. So you're just teetering back and forth.
I saw this thing on TikTok. They were saying that like, we're all souls and like our bodies here on Earth is just a prison, and until you go through this sentence, then you go to where you're supposed to be after. I don't know. I ain't no flat earther, but that's what I heard.
Who was I on a podcast talking to? Art Marquez. Have you had Art on the?
I haven't seen him in a long time now.
No. We were talking about, dude. He creeped me the fuck out when he was on the Mind Buzz, dude. He was telling me that he was he was like an alien, like I guess he did DMT or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, fuck that.
And he was a full-on alien for, he said, years. He was a full-on alien for years.
In the trip?
In the trip. That time was just everything. And he asked these aliens, because it was like a panel, and when he went into his trip, like he appeared in front of this panel, and he asked the panel, hey, like what is this all about, like why am I human? And I guess something goes like, he goes, the people talking to him like on the panel say, well, we're exiling you to become a human to learn better and blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's like a prison sentence.
And I asked him, I was like, dude, what did these people look like? And he told me that they look like the aliens from like
Mars Attacks,
the alien movies.
Oh, fuck that.
And he was like, I was one of them too. And I was looking at like a piece of metal, and there was a reflection. And he said that right there, he got really scared.
That's why I can't do drugs, man. I smoke weed and laugh. I can't be fucking experiencing weird ass trips like that.
Yeah.
So people get like psychosis. They get weird after shit like that. Like, nah, I'm good.
I believe it.
What's the hardest drug you ever tried?
I don't know if I should say that on air.
Well, then don't.
No, but I've tried many.
Yeah, I get paranoid on weed, so I just imagine I'd be like Art talking about aliens and weird shit.
Dude, the last time that I tried it, I got stuck. Like I can't. I'm in a weird position where I respect people that do marijuana and do stand up or do art or play.
I can't do it.
Or play music. Or go to work or stuff like that.
Functional.
I don't know if I respect them or if I don't, because that's it, like both of us, like I'll do it and I'm paranoid. Like I can't function, I can't do anything.
I think you have to build a tolerance. Those people that are functional, it's because they do it every day, all day. So like the high lasts like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like if we get high, it's 6 hours of fucking hell. Like I don't mind it sometimes, but then sometimes I just want it to be over, and it's like, fuck, it's still going.
But you know what? There's this, I forgot. There's this thing, dude. There's this thing where some people are like that because they have this certain weird chemical thing in their brain, and it's called.
It doesn't react to it.
No, because your brain is already processing cannabinoids regularly.
Mm-hmm.
So so cannabinoids are in cannabis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously because of the name. But these certain people that get really like paranoid is because they already have X amount of cannabinoids, or it's like kind of something chemical in their brains already, so that when they smoke weed, they trip out way harder.
So I tell people I get paranoid and horny.
Yeah. What I used to get scared of, dude, is like the whole cops.
Yeah, same thing.
Like getting it's legal.
It'd be embarrassing to get arrested for weed. Like, come on, like it's embarrassing.
But what is for me? Maybe it's just traumatizing because I've seen family members get arrested because of weed.
That's such a petty fucking crime. Like, so stupid.
So I think now, just in the back of my head, I'm thinking about that. So when I have weed, I'm just like, I'm super paranoid because of that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a messed up person. I'm a messed up kid.
Some people it's just not for them. It ain't for me. Like,
no, exactly.
I've done it. Maybe when I'm old and retired and I got nothing better to do, I'll be paranoid and horny on my porch. You know.
It makes you horny, really?
I'm just joking.
Uh-huh.
But sex does feel good when you're high. So.
Yeah, especially when you're asleep.
Oh, when you're doing what'd you say it was called? External. What'd you call it?
Nocturnal emissions.
Oh yeah. Imagine that when you're high.
Yeah. Nocturnal emissions.
But let's go back to your podcast. So you said you had that weirdo guy. We went on a long tangent about the flat
So
earther guy, but
so the podcast, the Mind Buzz, was originally going to be about like psychedelics. Yeah,
also it was supposed to be like that.
you asked me about drugs earlier. It was supposed to be about, psychedelics, of course, like that's the name. A cousin of mine, I didn't know who, I didn't know what a podcast was. This is back in like 2018, 2017, 18, and I knew I've always wanted to do radio stuff. I've always fucked around with the audio since I was a kid, playing with radios, recording music, recording my voice, reading, whatever. And my cousin shows me a video of Rogan, Joe Rogan, on the Joe Rogan Experience, talking to Dennis McKenna. And Dennis McKenna is Terrence McKenna's brother, and Terrence McKenna is this he's this like philosophizer on like psychedelics. He's written like Foods of the Gods,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
these different psychedelic books and whatever. So I seen this, like I watched it and I seen the studio, I seen Rogan with the microphones and this and that. I was just like,
That's
holy
badass.
holy crap, there's stuff like this. Like he's like, yeah, you've never seen this? This is Joe Rogan. And I was like, oh, this I haven't seen Rogan in years, except for Fear Factor. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking do this. Like I want that. I want to do that. So I
It,
started researching all this stuff.
and I've been doing it for like 6 months now. It's fun. I just like talking to
Yeah,
people,
it's fun.
kicking back.
Yeah. I think the when you start to like stress about it, it's just like it becomes unfun.
That's why like I don't have a script. I tell people I don't have a script. We just talk about anything.
Yeah.
Like we're supposed to talk about comedy, but sometimes it just goes other places, you know?
Which is cool because you figured it out. It's hard. It took me months to figure out, not even months, dude. It took me years to figure out what kind of show I wanted it to be. We At the beginning we talked about, I don't know if it was going to be an interview show or is it just going to be me talking about whatever, drugs, psychology, and I was taking psychology classes at the time. So I was really into psychology and psychedelics.
See, like how your podcast, you talk to like everything,
Right.
music, everybody. Like I've had people ask me to come on that aren't comedians, and they're like, "Oh, come on." I'm like, "No, like this is a comedy
Yeah.
podcast. Like, there's not a lot of comedy podcasts where it gives comedians platforms to come
Right.
on, promote each other, talk. That's what I'm doing, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, yours is mixed, right?
Yeah.
There's like I probably know like two or three other ones that are actual comedy ones, so that's why I stick to just comedians only. So no disrespect to anyone, but
Yeah.
you want to be on a podcast, go to the Mind Buzz because.
Yeah. Hit me up. I'll get back to you.
So,
Never.
so how did that journey, a podcasting journey, turn into stand up? Like, how did you fucking
I
translate?
just started. I've always thought, like, even with the podcast, I knew I wanted to do something, but I just didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. I think, like years into the podcast, I found out that I was a comedy fan. I didn't know it. I didn't know I was a comedy fan. Comedy fan. All the people that I looked up to growing up were comedians. Tim Allen, Rodney Dangerfield, and I used to watch their TV shows. Adam Sandler, we were talking about David Spade,
Hmm.
Chris Farley. I mean, he's not a stand-up, but he was a comedian.
Comedic actor.
Like everybody that I kind of like emulated growing up. Kevin Smith is not he's not a stand-up, but like he's a funny director. He he makes comedy films, I
Hmm.
think. And I was like, one day I was just thinking about, I probably sound like an idiot, but I was like, oh shit, like I look up to comedians.
Hmm.
Why not try like stand up? And I used to do like theater back in the day before, like, yeah, seventh and eighth grade. I used to do theater, and I was always fucking on stage. Like I told you, I grew up in a church, so being state like having a stage presence and going in front of people, I've done that like my entire life.
See, I started comedy late. I had never done anything. No public speaking. I
Uh-huh.
hated reading in class. You know when they call your name
Yeah.
and it's like time to read, I would get fucking nervous. So yeah.
Right. Uh, getting in getting in front of people. I've always done presentations. I've always done like a couple years ago, I want to say like 2015, I did this weird like I don't know, I was in this like weird thing where I just graduated college, going into the work field. I started reading all these like positive thinking books, and it kind of like forced me into like doing like public speaking stuff. So for a long time, I was trying to look for like a Toastmasters class. You know what a Toastmaster?
No.
It's basically
You give the speeches at weddings or
yeah,
something?
it's basically a group of people that get together and they work together to help each other build speeches and become better public speakers. So it's kind of like an open mic.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like an open mic, but without, sad, depressed
You
comedians.
could watch like people on YouTube that do seminars where they teach you how to public speak.
Right. So I think just all those different things kind of like it revolved and kind of evolved into doing stand up. And then once I started interviewing all these stand ups,
Who was the first comic you had on?
the first comic, I think that was Carlos Medrano.
Okay. I remember that episode.
I think it was Carlos Medrano, and then
How did you meet that guy?
there
Just
was
doing open mics or what?
no, I met him through the podcast scene.
Oh, he's a podcaster too?
Yeah, him and his brother. I actually met his
Wait
brother.
a minute. There's a podcast scene. I,
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
yeah,
Apparently, I'm not a part of it then.
yeah. No, it's a internet thing. There's probably different scenes,
I haven't reached that wall yet.
but yeah, dude, that's where I kind of like came up in like popularity for the podcast.
So explain what the podcast scene is, 'cause I'm not even
Dude,
lying. I don't know what that even means.
I've been out of the same thing how comedians have
Yeah.
like group chats on Instagram. There's group chats for podcasts. They share each other's stuff. They listen. They do all that.
I guess I'm the outcast. I'm rising from underneath.
Yeah, I kind of for the first year or two, I kind of like was in there, and then I was like, oh, this is kind of weird. I'm out.
That's why I'm doing this by myself. I don't need nobody. Cool.
Right.
It's cool that you guys share each other's stuff and give each other.
Yeah.
But well, technically, you have helped me a couple times, giving me advice. George Fierdo's giving me advice from some stuff too. But so I guess if you want to call that a scene, I don't know. But
Well, we have a podcast scene and the comedy scene, which is great, which I think it needed one.
see, I didn't even know I was a part of one.
No, dude, it honestly it needed one. What other podcast that comedians can come on and talk?
That's what I tell people. I did this like give people platforms. Like I
Yeah.
said, and most of the people I've had on here, I've never met ever. Like I've seen them a couple times, but never physically talked to them. Like
Yeah.
so. This was a great way to get to know people, and that's why my podcast is to get to know people, to make connections, and then
Mhm.
give them platforms.
Yeah.
And just try to talk comedy. And just get different perspectives on how you started your journey. Like just to like because I did this on my own. I started by myself. I didn't know anybody. And then the podcasting too. Like I didn't know anything about it. Just jumped in. Both of them just kind of just took a leap.
Yeah.
Because life's too fucking short. Like if I hadn't started doing stand up, I wouldn't have met all these cool people. If I hadn't started the podcast, I wouldn't got to know them on a personal level. So to me, it's fun. Like I like talking comedy and just having people like I guess a scene of people that I can talk comedy
Yeah.
with. Because my friend, I have a friend, Daniel. Shout out Daniel. He's the only person I know that's into comedy. Besides that, I don't. None of my family don't really. They don't really. It's not their thing. So like I had nobody. So starting the podcast is kind of like opening doors for me. So
So basically, that's what happened to me, dude. Like I started interviewing these different comedians, and I was like, just hearing them talk about how they got started and comedy and writing and the whole theory and stuff. And
do you remember your first mic?
Yes.
Where was this at?
It was in Pasadena. It was so I met in the comedy thing. I mean, in the podcasting thing, I met a musician that was doing an open mic. Well, before that, let me back up a little bit. During all that time during the podcast, right? At the coffee shop, at my family's coffee shop, I used to host. Even before that, I used to be their audio guy for they used to have different hosts. And then one day Amber asked me, she was like, "Do you want to host it?" I was like, oh, "Okay, fuck it. Like, I host a podcast, might as well host an open mic. Let's see how that works." And kind of there, I kind of like developed like this weird obsession of just like introducing people and hosting and all that good stuff.
I've never hosted a show before.
You should. It's fun.
I've asked to, and I got shut down, and I never did again.
It's a different type of like muscle that you have
To me,
to
it would
work
be
out.
easier, like where you're not really relying on your material. You can just go up there and riff, and
Yeah.
it's easy to make tags after the last comic. Like I think I can do it, but just haven't really
You
had an
should.
opportunity. But what's the word on your guys' little coffee shop thing? You guys coming back or what? Your monthly mics you used to do
If
there.
Ricky has to say sorry.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't know.
No, just kidding. No, just joking. Yeah, we're gonna come back, dude. When that is, just watch out for us. We're coming back.
Because there's another mic that's ran there, right? What's that one? It's like once a month. It's like a Spanish or something.
Yeah, it's not a mic. It's an actual comedy show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's called Santo Comedy. They have pretty good comedy.
Were they the
shows.
ones doing it when you were hosting? Like they were already doing it before you started going there?
No, so let me go back to my open mic that I used to run there. So I used to do comedy. I used to do poetry, music. It was called the Open Mic Night at Horchateria, music, poetry, comedy. That was our thing that I built up. That I branded it as the Mind Buzz. It's our open mic that we do, every 2 months or whatever. So one of the rappers there, I'm not gonna burn him, but he came out and he did music first, and then the next time he did comedy, and then like a few months later, like he approached my brother-in-law and he was like, "Hey, can we do a show here?" So from there, they started doing that comedy show.
I love that place. It's beautiful. That room you
Yeah.
guys have in the back is fucking sick. Like,
Yeah.
this guy puts on great shows. You don't know. What was that show you guys had going on? The one you would film, like Kill Tony. What was it
Oh,
called?
that Delic.
You need to
Delic
bring that
Company.
back. That shit was fun. Like,
Yeah. So the place that so right now, give an inside scoop.
dun dun dun.
There's a basement in Horchateria,
Mhm.
and I'm building podcast studios down there.
I remember you were telling me about that. I thought
Yeah.
the owner was.
It's happening.
I thought the owner was like, nah.
It's happening.
All right, cool.
It's happening now. I'm not painting, but I have a guy painting for me. We're building out studios in the basement. We should be opening hopefully
You
by
said studios.
August.
You're gonna like
Studios.
You're gonna like rent out studios.
Studios.
That's badass.
Yeah. Studios. We should be running August or September. It just timeline's kind of like spotty right now.
So you're just gonna focus on the podcasting. You're not gonna do the shows anymore.
If we can get the okay to have a crowd downstairs, because
It's
right
like
now
that big.
it's huge.
Well, it's probably a fire hazard. Like, they're sure there's like a limit of how many people can be there.
Right. So I have to get the city involved. I got the property manager involved. I have partners that I have to worry about. Me, I gotta worry about.
See,
It's just,
that's why I keep it simple in my bedroom. I don't have to do with none of that.
it's
But that's something cool. Like maybe
Yeah.
down the line. But right now, I'm content with this.
yeah, but I don't know why my brain is always working. It's like
Yes,
do
go
it, do
bigger.
it,
Yeah.
do it, go big.
Trust
keep
me, I
on
know.
going.
Like, the Delic comedy show was fucking badass. The production was sick.
The band,
I'm telling you, like, bring it back. Like,
yeah,
once every 2 months. You don't have to do it every month. I know it's a lot of work because
it's a lot.
you're basically producing everything. And
I need a team, dude. I need a team.
well, get your team together. You got a lot of comics out there, so
If you guys want to work with me,
trust me, it's hard because I know what it's like. I've had worked with people, and sometimes it doesn't work out. But like,
yeah,
you need dedicated people for sure. Like,
Yeah. So going back to the comedy thing, how I it was one time in November I was hosting that open mic, and I was thinking about a joke that I kind of like thought about on the spot. Once I said it and got my laugh, and then followed it up with the tag, I was like, it is fucking awesome.
hey, that high is awesome, huh?
This is amazing. And I called up the next person, and then after that,
You wanted to get back on?
I bombed. No, I said another joke, but it tanked. So I was like, okay, this is the sucky part.
I've gone through periods of comedy where like I'm really confident,
Yeah,
really comfortable with my material, and then there's times where I just lose confidence. I'm like, fuck. Like you said, you had a lot of experience doing performing.
Right.
For a solid long time, I was like nothing mattered. Then I started like I guess critiquing myself, and I got into my own head. But like that Brea show, I hadn't done a show like in a month, and I went out there confident as fuck, like, and I killed it. And then the next time I did another show, it wasn't as great. I was like, fuck, like, I lost my mojo.
Yeah, it's that confidence thing, man.
That's why I've gotten advice from people like you literally have to like hype yourself up before you go on. Like, I'm gonna give a reference to Nacho Libre. Remember when Ramses was in his locker room before the fight?
Yeah.
And that little corner dude was like, Ramses is the number one.
Yeah.
His eyes are the
number one.
That you literally have to do that
His
to yourself.
Are number one.
Like you have to tell yourself, I am the shit. I am hilarious. It's because you're telling your mind, like so you don't have the doubt, you know.
Right.
So I literally got to start telling myself this. I'm gonna start doing the Ramses. He's the number one. Because I was like, fuck, man. Like I had the confidence and then I just lost it. I don't know what happened, you know.
It's that thing, man. You have to always. It's a art form, and it's. I think now I really like how much I actually really love stand up. I fucking adore stand up so much, like to the point where when people talk about it and they just I don't know, comedy is in a weird state. Like even with the mainstream comedy, I think it's the best. It's a second boom. Like I hear people say it's the second boom in mainstream comedy. Like it's crazy. People are the number one podcast is Rogan, and he's a stand-up comic. I know other people say he's not a comic, blah, 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 he's a podcaster.
Well, he started out doing stand-up. See, a lot of people back in those days did stand-up comedy to get TV shows.
Right. Theo Vaughn's podcast is I think what's like it's up there. It's like the top 10 at least.
He had the president on there.
Yeah,
he had him right. He had he had Donald Trump on there. I was like, oh yeah.
That's insane. Think about 10 years ago.
Hey,
that would never happen.
I never had Donald Trump on my podcast, but I've had Johnny Gold on my podcast.
That's all you need, dude. Basically the same thing.
He is my goat, my hero. I love Johnny. He's always liking on my. He's gonna do it on this one too. He likes good number one supporter. Thank you, Johnny. But like I said, I want to eventually get bigger comics, but right now I don't know anyone. You know, I don't want to bug people. I try like, who was the most like famous person you've had on your podcast in any genre?
Alfred Robles.
Oh, the comedian? Oh, hell yeah. What episode was that?
I think it's like it still gets listens, which I'm like, oh my god, it's cringe. I probably sounded like a freaking fanboy.
I pretty much watched almost all your episodes. What I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it's like
is that early on?
One something probably. So like before 200.
So before I met you.
Yeah.
Oh, so I started watching like I thought I think 7 was the first person I saw on yours. Was he on yours?
7, yeah. Yeah, 7 is on there.
I thought he was the first comic you had on there, but the one that I knew, you know. So.
Yeah, I don't, Martin Rizzo. Martin Rizzo has done the podcast.
I saw that clip you posted recently with that dude falling asleep on your podcast. Yeah. What was that? Like, were they drunk or high? Or
no, it was a band, and I guess the guy went straight from work, and he was in traffic for like 3 hours, and came to do the podcast, and he was like falling asleep because they're a band, and it was a drummer, and I was just talking to I was mainly just I don't know why the other guys were there because they didn't contribute anything besides that.
You had a band there like Slipknot. There's like 9 people in the band, like a metal band.
Did you listen to all the way till the end
of the metal one?
Yeah,
it was a while back, but yeah, I remember.
at the end, like there's two guys in the back. They got up and left, and the main guy, the singer, he was like, "What the fuck? Like, you guys are just gonna get up and fucking walk away?" Like, he was literally like upset with him. I was like, "Oh shit, the band's about to break right now on the podcast."
The Mind Buzz did it.
Yeah, but yeah, man, this whole thing has been fucking a wild ride, and not doing it for a year. I don't know if you guys know, but I haven't done it for a
You've been
year.
producing other podcasts.
Yeah, I've been around it, but as far as doing my own thing, I think I needed this.
Did you take a break because of the move and you just didn't have your setup anymore, or what?
It was a
He had a badass setup in his living room. That shit was sick.
It was
This is nothing compared to what he had.
it was no, this is a start, dude. You gotta start somewhere. This is it was the move. We moved. It was just me being tired. I started working on other projects. I started learning different skills, and I needed it. I needed because it was always like I went 150% on the podcast
Now you're about to go 200 with the new studios.
for years, but it's gonna be the way I'm gonna set everything up is like I'm just gonna be able to walk in, flip on a switch, and invite the guest in and do the podcast.
So you're not gonna have Amber produce anymore?
No, Amber's gonna produce it, but we're just gonna walk in, do the podcast, and walk out, and that's it. And maybe do some clips to promote it, but I just want to make everything easier for me, and then also for the podcast that we're gonna start producing.
That's why I do everything simple here too. I don't do crazy edits or anything like that. I literally just put the intro, the film, and then the outro. That's it. Like if we have to cut something out, if it's Jurassic, I mean I said Jurassic. If it's like that, like
if it has to do with dinosaurs, we have to cut it out.
As long as you don't say the N word and you're not black, you don't have to bleep it out, all right? So yeah, but like I said, I try not to. I just try to keep it like everything in there. So
I'm the type, like we said before, dude. I'm the type of person that can't just do one thing. I have to keep improving all the time. That's gonna happen to you, dude. I 100% think it's gonna happen to you because you're doing it already.
Yeah, every episode I try to work on to make it better and better.
Yeah, which
so like
it's over time it's gonna evolve into something, and years down the line you're gonna say, "Holy shit! Like I can't believe I'm here."
This is episode 26 right here,
which is good, dude. You at 26 is way better than me at 26. I'll tell you that much right now.
Well, if you looked at episode 1 through 10, it was horrible. The lighting was terrible. I didn't even realize some of the lighting was horrible.
You're gonna look back and say episodes 1 through 100 episodes are terrible. Don't listen to those.
I have a question. What episode did you end on? Like, what number did you end on?
246.
Oh, goddamn. How many years was that?
3 years. 4 years.
How often do you film? Was it every week consistently or what?
I was at least one episode a week, if not 3.
I've done 2 in a week, and that's a lot. Like,
yeah.
Because I said I do everything myself, edit everything myself, and it's a lot. Like
it really didn't get better until the 100th episode. Like after 100, that's when Amber started switching the cameras for me.
Yeah, because that's what I don't have anyone, and I'm good. Yeah. I'm okay to just the one camera.
This is great. This is great.
Eventually, I will get a better camera, but to me, I like the one camera better, and I'll just do the edits with
which is cool.
The edits later, but having multiple cameras is too much. Like I said, unless you have someone and is willing to sit there and she sits there and flips through the...
Yeah, and she contributes to conversation. She pulls up Google. She researches stuff.
All that, like, but it's cool that podcasts do that. But for me, like, I'm a one-man band right here.
Yeah, you gotta just do what you can, dude. That's it.
But yeah, I'm excited for you guys to come back. Who do you have planned? Do you have you're already getting people booked or what?
Yeah, we're already getting people booked. I sent out a few invites for July. So at the end of the July, we're gonna, if everything goes correctly, which it will, Amber, right? We're gonna start July 23rd, so Monday night, which is a normal night for the Mind Buzz. And we're going to do it live like we've always done it. We're going to be in a new studio. And the first episode is just going to be me and Amber talking about what we've been doing for the past year, an update on the studio, and what we're thinking for the future and the future guests. So right now I've sent out invites to a band that's going to be playing right here and not right here in Pomona, but a band that actually I'm getting back to all the people that hit me up last year that I booked that I had to cancel because we booked like 2 months in advance.
I know you were legit. You had like a whole little fill out form and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that.
You don't need it, dude. You don't need.
It's professional.
I need it because I'm a crazy person.
Trust me, like when I'm here too, like see how I was going through everything. People who don't know, like I try to cross my T's, like because I've had issues where I don't want to have issues anymore.
Dude, it makes me so happy. Like I'm a nerd. It makes me so happy that you have a podcast because it's as you need like other people to do the same thing. Like it's not fun. Like if the Mind Buzz was the only podcast that was like in the scene, like it's boring. And then I found out that, I mean, you have a podcast. I found out that George Ferrito has a podcast. Melissa.
Yeah, that's why I joke. I joke around and I say I'm IE's #1 comedy podcast, even though I'm on the probably in the bottom. But I just joke around just to like stir the mix, you know. But
I was
respect to those guys.
I was gonna write. I was like, oh shit. Now that the Mind Buzz is out of the IE, you can take that.
You were the IE. That was IE.
Chino is San Bernardino County.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, but you can have it.
Oh, thank you. You heard it first. He said, "No, I am #1."
Yeah,
I'm just joking. I just joke around, but it's cool having multiple people doing comedy because then I watch their episodes and I see people on theirs. I'm like, oh, cool. Like maybe I can ask them too, you know. But I just said I support everyone. This is all fun. Like let's all have fun. Thank you for coming. You had me on your. I was the first podcast I've ever done. Honestly, you're the only other podcast I've ever done. No one invites me to their fucking podcast. So.
Invite them to your podcast.
I will talk your fucking head off. You know, the first time I went on, I was nervous. Like some people come here, it's hard. You know, I've watched you where you could tell. I've done this myself where you could tell where you're trying to conversate with someone and they're just giving you like yes and no answers and they don't really conversate. So there's certain episodes where like it takes a while for people to get comfortable.
Yep.
And then that's why I try to go over an hour, just so because that's when the everyone starts getting comfortable and relaxed. Because the first we're all tense and shit and less scared. Like, but I've seen episodes where you were like struggling to get them. Like, oh, I see coming from now that I do it. Like, if I didn't do this, I wouldn't have recognized it. But I've seen episodes where you were like struggling to keep the conversation going. I'm like, oh fuck, like it's not your fault, it's not his fault. It's just like it's awkward until it's not awkward, you know. So you have to reach that barrier in the episode. I think 1 hour in is the barrier.
Oh yeah.
That's why Rogan does 3-hour episodes. He says that people get loose after an hour, and it's true. Like it happened to me. When I episode with you, I was fucking nervous the whole time.
What's your thoughts on like comedy right now? Like I know it's old news, but like the Tony Hinchcliffe thing, him doing the joke at the presidential thing, and
it's just if anything like that is like it's just giving us more clout, I guess. Like people probably forgot about comedy, and then kind of just the controversy. Even though controversy sucks, it what is it? Bad press is good press, or whatever. Mm-hmm. But his political views are his political views. You know, like I don't care what yours are. Like it's like musicians or rappers. Like I don't care what they do. Right. If I like their music or I like this actor, what they do behind the scenes, like I don't know people's business. So like. Even people I've had on here might have had controversies. I don't know their fucking business. Half the people I've had on here, I'm learning or talking to for the first time, you know? So I don't know. Like for comedy, I just wish we all got along. You know, we need each other, you know? There's a lot of beef out there between people. And I just like, life's too fucking short. Who cares?
Do you think that there's a right-leaning comedy scene and a left-leaning comedy scene?
Yes.
Where do you find yourself in?
Well, for me, okay, I'm neither nor. I don't care. Like politics, like
which you shouldn't. As a comedian, you shouldn't take a certain point of view. You should be making fun of that point.
If I were to tell you personally, my jokes are edgy, they're dark, whatever,
which they are,
and that would probably in other people's eyes look like, oh, he's a right winger or whatever, you know, just because like to me the right wing side isn't afraid to push boundaries, isn't afraid to say what they want. And I feel like the left is more like censorship, whatever. Like I don't know. Like I said, I don't fucking care. I'm just here to tell my small penis jokes and be on my way.
Tell my dick jokes and
But
move
like
on.
a lot of the comics I like, are the dark edgy ones.
Yeah.
Or they're all considered right wingers. But even though some of them aren't, like, you know what I mean? Like their personal political views aren't, but their material is considered, like,
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
What you know what I like? I'm into right now are those uh those YouTube those YouTube videos that talk about like comedians. Like there's podcast cringe, there's a podcast enforcer,
Oh yeah.
and like those
They
I'm like,
make up scenarios. They clip something and then just it's like it's clickbait. That's what the fuck
yeah,
they're doing. They're using your podcast for clickbait.
right. I think we need one of those in our podcasting.
Well, make one for me, but
No, I'm not gonna. I thought I was like, damn, we need one at our level.
okay. So I'll get the controversy started. I am IE's #1 comedy podcast.
There it is.
Come shit on me.
There it is.
I'm at the top of the fucking hill right here, looking down on you guys. I'm just kidding.
The only reason why I brought that up is because I've been I guess following like Jesselnick, but I was going back to like how he was trashing Tony Hinchcliffe and
they're all
Rogan.
considered right wingers, and
Right. And how he was talking shit about Jay Okerson and I don't think Legion of Skanks, but Legion of Skanks, like during their episode, they brought up like the stand up. Did you see that? And
so did Tony. Tony talked shit about him too.
Yeah. So
he said that he makes up stories and the shit's not even real. And
yeah, he should make fun of himself.
Yeah, be real instead of making up fake stories.
Right. So that's how. Like I've heard of Jesselnick before, but it wasn't until like all those different videos talking about him kind of like
boosted him.
No, but I'm pretty sure I didn't start like really following his stuff until those pieces came out.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I haven't finished his latest special, but I heard he was talking shit on people who like Rogan.
Oh, he
stuff
did.
Like that.
He did at the end. Towards the end, like that's how he closed it out. He was like, "If you listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, you're a fucking idiot."
To me, he just sounds bitter. Like I don't want to come off that way. Like I just, like I said, I just want to have fun and do comedy. I don't care to get involved in people's drama. I don't care what did you hear about fucking this? No, I don't care. Like like
which I'm doing right now.
But what I'm saying is like I don't get involved in people's business, and like I said, I don't have time for that shit.
We need to get into people's business.
Well, we aired out some laundry here, our fears.
We need to air out
small
everything. Penises. The reason why I say that is because I don't know.
I don't think my podcast is even worth clipping. Like,
why not?
I don't know, because it's like
that's happened to me before.
It's not on the level.
That's happened to me before with other podcasts. I told you that there's a scene. Right, there's a scene.
Well, I'm not part of it. So
one of the guys, like he wanted to start like beef with me. Literally, I've had people.
Can you say his name so I can shit talk him? I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not gonna even give him fucking this.
But I'm not gonna lie. I've had controversy on here unwillingly. Like some people have said certain things about people, and I didn't know. Like I said, I don't know people's business. And
really? What happened? Tell me.
We'll talk about it later. I don't want to keep out drama, but
why not?
There were people beefed on
podcast. Is what we do.
Listen, people beefed, and like I said, it's not my business. I don't want to get involved with it. Like this is like a comedy podcast. This isn't fucking Maury. We're not here to tell people shit.
Yeah, that's true. But we can make fun of the situation.
What I'm saying is that I've had controversy on here before, and I don't want to be a part of that. But I'm sorry if someone got offended or got hurt during that. It wasn't intended, but. People's views are people's views. I can't. That's why I said this podcast. You could say whatever you want. So like, if a guest goes off the rails sometimes, fuck, sorry, but we're still gonna laugh and talk comedy eventually,
Right.
But what I was gonna say, I just want to have fun. Can we all just get along?
There we go.
We need each other.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't
you're gonna get us flagged on YouTube. Don't be singing shit.
Why? Because I'm so good that they think it's a war.
But anyways, Gil, we're an hour and 28 minutes in. Do you want to Is there anything else? Last thing you want to talk about before we head out?
Follow the Mind Buzz and Gilbilly Delic, and our show would have happened already. So it was a great show. It
Hey,
was awesome.
we have a
Thank you.
show. Shout out to Simon Phillips. Thanks for having us. This show's gonna air after the show we had. But remember that one joke you did and that black dude got mad at you?
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna beat your ass.
Okay.
Sorry, Gil was supposed to come here sooner, but we had scheduling. He lives far anyway, so it's okay.
It's all good.
Things
Well,
happen.
no, thanks for having me, dude.
Saying, do you have any final thoughts? Anything you want to get out before? You don't have to
No.
plug your social medias, but
Um,
what's your future? What's okay? Your future plans? You got your new podcast is about to come up, and then what about comedy? What do you have any goals for your next year in comedy?
I kind of want to do. I want to do a big club. I want to do a club. I haven't done the improv. I haven't done the stand up in Bell.
Why don't you do the open mics at the improvs? The Hollywood has an open mic.
I haven't done well, yeah, the Ontario. I haven't.
The Hollywood one. I'm saying the Hollywood improv.
Hollywood?
Yeah, they have one.
I
That's
should,
a big
huh?
one.
That's one of my goals this year. I mean, which earlier in the year I did Chatterbox Comedy Night, and that was one of my goals. It was one of my goals to do that show, and I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I love Chatterbox. I've never been on there, but it's a good spot.
Yeah, it was amazing, and the set was okay. I mean, I didn't bomb, so that was cool.
It's not.
It was,
It's like the crowd is real cool there. Everyone's
yeah.
like real supportive there.
Where the crowd was really digging me was the Basement Dwellers show that I did with them in December. That show was hot, dude. I was like towards the middle, like they were eating everything up that I was saying.
Hell
Like
yeah.
they were really digging it, and I just got in my rhythm. I got in my thing, and it was one of the best sets that I've ever had. Literally,
Well,
hands down.
that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Well, tell the viewers where we can find you now. Plug your social media.
Now plug it in, dude. Find me my personal page at Gilbilly Delic on Instagram, and my podcast. Follow that at the Mind Buzz, and then our YouTube channel at Mind Buzz Media. There, we host the Mind Buzz. We host Poodle Podcast. What I do, the comedy podcast that I do with Dickie Ricardo and
Shout out
Amber.
Ricky.
And me and Amber have a podcast called On Our Way, spelled Guey, and that's a podcast that we do in the car. And I'm gonna do we're thinking about doing a network. I have no clue. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that we're gonna be doing in the next couple of months. So stay tuned.
Sounds exciting. If you guys want to, you can go back and check me out on his episode. What episode was that? Do you remember?
It was one of them. Just go look for Andy's in there.
It was like a year ago. Anyways, that was a great episode. But you guys can find me on my personal Instagram, AndyC_comedy. And then you can go ahead and follow the Crimson Comedy Show on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. Like, subscribe, and all right, I think that's it. All right, it was nice having you, Gil.
Thanks, Andy, for having me, man.
This time went by fast. This time, look, we're about to save it. This episode's not going to be lost.
It better not be lost.
All right, good night, guys.
Peace.